What's up, playa? It is I, Seb R. Wise. Listen, this morning I made an unfortunate choice. For the first time in about like a year or so, I decided to tune into AEW Dynamite. Now listen, man. I know in my last video I said that, fans really shouldn't complain and take it seriously. Like, we shouldn't be complaining about like the product that we receive, because at the end of the day it's just a TV show. It doesn't really mean anything. But at the same time, like what the WWE is doing is an absolute bastardization of the medium of professional wrestling, and AEW is no different. Like, let me tell you about like the opening, like, first 10 minutes of the show. This, mind you, this is the first 10 minutes, okay? Now, what happens here in the beginning of the program is that you have this bald British guy, this small guy, very, just unimpressive. I don't see this guy and I'm like, damn, like I should stay away from him. Like, he's scary as fuck. No, dude, like, this guy is like the least intimidating. Like, you guys know, like, if you watch WWE, you're familiar with a guy, Pete Dunne, right? He's like Pete Dunne, but he's bald. You know what I'm saying? He's not like intimidating. He's not impressive. He has like zero presence. And he comes out here and starts like calling out Darby Allin for whatever reason. Mind you, I am not familiar. Like, I have no idea what's been going on in the product lately, so I have no idea why these guys are even, in a program together. So I was hoping on getting informed as to what's happening. But he just comes out here and calls out Darby Allin. Darby Allin runs out and they start fighting. And this goes on for about, I want to say, 4 minutes before the rest of the Death Riders, which is just a retarded name, to be honest, which is composed of Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, the least intimidating motherfucker I've ever seen named Wheeler Yuta, and Marina Shafir. But because, oh shit, there's like a bunch of traffic in front of me. Because there's these just 4 guys and they're all ganging up on Darby Allin, there obviously got to be a counter force, right? So the counter force is Hook, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and what's her name? Willow Nightingale. Okay, dude, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, they just came out here, they started fighting, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then Gabe Kidd, the bald British guy, the small bald British guy, and Darby Allin, the twink ass motherfucker, they go backstage and they fight some more. And Darby Allin gets the best of the bald British guy, puts him in a body bag, zips up the body bag, has the body bag already hooked up to the back of a pickup truck. And next thing you know, Darby Allin hops in the said pickup truck and starts driving off while dragging the body bag. And I'm like, I've seen this before. It wasn't the exact same thing, really, but like, it's a similar concept of somebody getting dragged by a vehicle. This concept has already been done before, and much better, mind you, by Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker. If you guys remember that, seeing that shit, the first time I saw that was like a few months ago, just watching old WWE moments, right? And yeah, so Hogan's beefing with Undertaker, and it's like the funniest shit ever, because like, fuck, I forget exactly what happens, but I think forget it, whatever. I'm not gonna bother to remember because I'm gonna mess it up either way. But long story short, Hogan gets up getting tied up by Undertaker, and Undertaker hops on his bike and starts dragging Hulk Hogan through the backstage area, and it's so awesome, man. I can't believe they actually did this. I mean, stuff like that is cool, right? But when Darby Allin does it, it's just like, You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make me feel anything. It just makes me feel like, damn, like I've already seen this already, and it's like it feels like a parody of what I've already seen in the past. I don't know. So yeah, that happens to start off the show. It was kind of lame, to be honest. It wasn't really cool, mainly because the people involved aren't really cool or badass or anything. So it just came off as like just a cheap imitation of the past, really. And I'll be honest, I didn't watch the whole show. I was mainly here to see what was gonna happen in the opening segment to start off the show, and to see what Edge and Christian were gonna talk about, because these two have reunited, which is like a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been wanting to see Edge and Christian team up again, and it's finally happening. And what the fuck? Like, what is happening, bruh? So Edge comes out, and you know, he gets in the ring, and next thing you know, these two guys by the name of FTR, that's their team name, they come out and they start beating up Edge, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bruh, like, he didn't even get to say anything on the mic. Mind you, Edge isn't like the greatest promo of all time, but like, you know, I still wanted to hear what he has to say. Same thing with Christian. Christian comes out and he just helps Edge. Next thing you know, security is coming out, which already there's an inconsistency here. Why is security coming out to break up these guys, but they didn't bother to come out to start the show to, you know, I guess de-escalate the mayhem that was going on? You know what I'm saying? Did the security just show up late? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening, bro? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you're gonna have security break up a fight or like if you're gonna have like a big brawl segment like multiple times in one show, and you're gonna have security show up for at least one of them, you gotta have security show up for all brawls throughout the show. And first of all, if they were already planning on doing a brawl segment, why wasn't there just one of these? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you have more than one of these brawl segments per show, it automatically like devalues what a brawl segment is supposed to portray. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to portray this like absolute like disdain for each team. Like, they have like disregard for one, the show, and two, they have a disregard for the guys that they're beefing with. So they don't care if, like, you know, their future matches in jeopardy because they may or may not injure the opposing team. You know what I'm saying? So they have disregard for their team in that way, and they have disregard for the show as to, because the Edge and Christian segment was advertised as like, oh, we'll hear from them, right? We didn't even get to hear from them. You know what I'm saying? So they have a disregard for them in that sense. So yeah, I mean, this whole I forgot to mention this. Security doesn't just manage to break these guys up, because I'm guessing the security is just a bunch of like pussies, right? Like, also fucking security, man, like you couldn't have found bigger guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, the security force in AEW is laughable, because you can't believe that these like 5 or 6 security guards can break up 4 grown men. You just can't believe it, because they're smaller than the wrestlers involved, and they're not physically impressive either. So they have the Ring of Honor locker room. They had to fucking mention that these guys were from Ring of Honor for whatever reason. They just come out. I don't know where the AEW locker room is at. I don't know why they decided not to get involved in the pull apart for the brawl or whatever, but the Ring of Honor locker room stepped up, so you gotta give them props there. But at the same time, like, what the fuck? Why not just have the AEW locker room step in? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. It was just really, really stupid, and you know, I kind of regret, not really, no, saying that is like way too dramatic. But you know, I was glad that I tuned out the moment I did, right? Because you know, there's really nothing to look forward to on this show. Like, if you watch this show and if you enjoy it, then that's awesome. But like, you know, I want to say this. Hold on, I'm like gonna go off the rails here. Not really, but basically the point of this video is for me to say that AEW is holding themselves back as a wrestling corporation, fucking a wrestling company. They're holding themselves back, really. Like, Tony Khan has just an infinite source of income and can just fund whatever he wants, but like, the direction of the company in which, oh, hold on, let me start over. Yeah, the direction of the company, the direction that the company is heading in, there you go. The direction that the company is heading in is tailored in a way that, I guess, what is the word? It's booked in a way to appease a subset of professional wrestling fans, like a really small, teeny, weeny, bitty, fucking, I cannot stress how like much of a minority this group of, you know, professional wrestling fans actually eat this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the smallest minority of wrestling fans, and Tony Khan would rather you know, create his shows that appeases this small minority of fans instead of appealing to a wider demographic. You know what I'm saying? It's like he really doesn't want his company to be as successful as it possibly can be, because in my opinion, they have the talent necessary to genuinely compete with the WWE. They have a lot of big guys, big strong guys. They have, you know, previous WWE world champions. Like, you got Bobby Lashley in there. You got Edge, you got Christian. You have Jericho. I don't know where he's at. He was like, maybe he was on the show. I just didn't see because I didn't watch the whole show, you know what I'm saying? But like, you have these people that are like time-proven talented figures in the professional wrestling industry, and they're just not being utilized in the best way that they possibly can be. They're just, their time is being wasted, their talents are being wasted, and it's all because this guy Tony Khan wants to appease a small subset of the professional wrestling fans. You feel me? So yeah, they're holding themselves back. They're not really pushing. Well, I'm gonna take that back. They are kind of pushing young stars, right? They're pushing like what the fuck is his name? Like Daniel Garcia. Like, who the fuck is Daniel Garcia? You know what I'm saying? Who is that guy? You know, they wanna make something of this guy, but he's just never gonna happen. You feel me? They're pushing Hook, Taz's son, you know, that's like directionless, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't think there's any hope for AEW. Like, as fucking doomer as that sounds, right? Like, there's no hope for this company, because as long as this guy Tony Khan gets his head off his ass and finally starts putting his money to some good use, and finally decides to collect a competent professional wrestling creative team, then they're just going to be stuck where they're at, you know, just forever being a number 2 company to the much more well-known WWE. I mean, to be fair, nobody's going to be competing with WWE in that sense, right? Like, getting 1 million plus views per episode for their television programs, right? You know, that's never gonna happen. But, you know, they could try. They could be doing a lot more to, you know, increase their viewership, their revenue as well. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know. They're toast, bro. Like, I don't know what to say other than AEW sucks. They're holding themselves back. I'm most likely never going to tune into their wrestling program because there's just nothing to look forward to. I could care less about the in-ring stuff because to me that's like one of the last things I care about. For me personally, I care more so about characters and storylines, and AEW, their characters and storylines are incredibly lackluster. Same thing with the WWE. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm out this bitch.